So Anneli, tell me about 2020. How's it been for you?
Oh, 2020 has been such, I mean, I'm sure that everyone would say the same. It's been a very, very strange year, right? So, but I think, I mean, from the point of Swedish Made Easy, it's been amazing. We've had such an exciting year in a way, which is so, yeah, it's been so interesting because there's been all these strange things going on, obviously, with the pandemic, and which we didn't know at the beginning of the year, of course. But yeah, it's definitely brought a lot of inspiration and inspired projects for us. So I'm just trying to think back to January, which was when we launched our very first Verbs boot camp, which was so exciting. And then the pandemic hit. And I remember I was in America, and then we had to come back early because they put in this flight ban, and we had to come back. And I came back and I said to you, I was like, we really need to start a language cafe. We really need to start a language cafe. And
I remember that.
yeah, we need to have a virtual language cafe online, because now all the language cafes are closed in Sweden. And I think you started it early April or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
And my God, that's been also so amazing, because it's been going pretty much every week, apart from like a couple of holiday weeks in July, maybe, or August, whenever it was. It's been going every week since April.
Yes, it's been wonderful to see how it's changed without me really planning much. It has kind of morphed on its own.
And I don't think that we would have, I mean, I don't think we would have maybe started that if the pandemic hadn't begun. I just think that was very much a response to the pandemic. But it just keeps going. And of course, the pandemic is not over yet, but it's just been ongoing, even though we haven't been in lockdown. So, I mean, I think that one is definitely staying. Yeah, it's been great. And now it's just such a central feature of, it's one of the things that happens every week. Swedish Made Easy.
Another thing that we don't really mention much is the fact that we help people take Swedish.
Yes, actually, and we've done maybe more of that this year, I feel, potentially, than we've done before. Yes, and not just Swedish, but also that the Finnish citizenship test. Yes, there's been some great achievements where we've helped people to prepare for tests as well. That's been an achievement too. Yeah, so there will probably be more test preparation for those in need in the future.
And the summer was crazy too, wasn't it?
The summer was crazy. It really was. So yes, I think, we set off the boot camp pre-pandemic, and then we opened it up as per request during the pandemic, which we hadn't planned to do. So we ran one more, and then we've literally just finished the third one this year today.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's super exciting, and we're already planning for future boot camps for next year. And there's going to be a bit of development, new types of boot camps coming out next year. Yeah, that's exciting. And then
and we still have normal lessons as well.
Of course, I mean, the normal lessons have been there all along, and they will continue.
And they are, at least in my experience, I feel like they are very useful for a lot of people in many different ways. So there's no one size fits all when it comes to the private lessons. And we both continue working on kind of finding creative new ways of using this medium when we can't be physically in the same room anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of interesting. I think the pandemic has been super interesting because, of course, we've done this for many, many years now, teaching on Skype or Zoom, and all of a sudden, after April, everyone seemed to be working on Skype or on Zoom, and it was like, well, yes, welcome to what we've been doing for a long time, exactly. And all of a sudden, it's just it's definitely helped, I think, for people to see. I mean, a lot of people were coming to us for language lessons online anyway before, but now it's just everyone knows how Zoom works or how it works, and it's just made it a lot easier for people to take that step, I think, to start online language learning. So that's great. Yeah. So yeah, bootcamp, language cafe. Obviously, the lessons have continued as normal, and then we've also developed a couple of courses. So put the grammar introduction course out in, I think it was in May, maybe. So that's just a very, very sort of basic overview, perfect for people who feel like they don't even maybe know grammar in English or in their own language. If they're like, what is an adverb actually? Then this course is great.
Then your crown achievement as well.
Yes, I guess, yes. One of my crown achievements, or my crown achievement, I suppose, is the Speak Like a Swede course, of course, which I've been wanting to do for a long time. And also because of the pandemic, because I found Stefan Holmström and we did talk last year a little bit. I stalked him down because he happens to live in Brighton too, which is so interesting. So being an opera singer, being a voice teacher and voice coach, voice trainer, and also a choir leader, he was so busy. He was having choir practices and he was on tour, and it was just so difficult. And when the pandemic hit, all of a sudden he said, actually, I've got loads of time now. Shall we dig into this? So then we created Speak Like a Swede, which was great. We launched in the summer. And of course, we had the very, very sweet news a couple of weeks ago that we were shortlisted at the Digital Education Awards this year, which is, such a...
That's wonderful news.
It's great. It was absolutely wonderful. But yeah, we found out actually last week that the competition was really fierce, because we didn't know that. So we estimate, we're still waiting for confirmation, but we estimate that there would have been maybe 300 or 400 applicants.
Wow.
I know, right? Because we got in touch with, one of the judges actually contacted us, and I asked her, and I said, how many applicants were there? And she said, I don't know, but I went through about 40 myself, because it was all split out between the judges, and there were 11 judges. So 40 by 11.
Yeah.
So yeah, super exciting.
That's a really good achievement this year. And I feel like a lot of things we've been doing is because of the pandemic. Things have turbo speed because of the pandemic. And there's been a lot of work on private lessons because of the pandemic.
More than usual.
Much more than usual. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been... A lot of people have been learning Swedish this year.
Yes. Amazing. Just amazing.
Which is the most important part of this.
Yes. That makes us happy.
Yeah. And it makes me happy to see someone join with me and do private lessons. And then maybe a few months later, they are able to speak a little bit. They're able to write something. They're able to listen and understand something. That is a huge achievement. And I think all those people, there's so many of them
Mm.
who have done that this year and can feel proud of themselves for achieving something.
And maybe,
Despite,
despite the state of the world, and but a lot of people have had just a little bit more time, I think, because of the pandemic. People haven't traveled as much. People have had more time to concentrate, and also I feel like sometimes people have been like, okay, things are going on, and I don't want to watch the news every day, and it's kind of difficult, and you know, learning a language like Swedish has been a way to, well, kind of distract yourself, I guess, and just think about something else and do something really productive.
Yeah.
And that's such a great thing. It's such a great thing. We've seen so much progress.
It's fun to see the progress.
Oh, it's amazing. It's the best thing. That is the best thing. And you just feel so privileged to be a part of that and kind of follow people and cheer them on. And it's been great. Yeah, so strange year for sure.
Absolutely.
And a difficult year in many ways for a lot of people, of course. But yeah, for Swedish Made Easy, it's been a very exciting year too.
And next year doesn't seem to be much different, really. I mean, we will kind of ease up on the pandemic situation, I guess, but it will still take time for anything to go back to normal. That will probably not happen. And people will still need to learn Swedish, and we will still be here to help you with that.
Yes, absolutely. We're not going anywhere.
No.
We'll be here. The language cafe will still be going, and there will be more boot camps. We have the lessons as they are. We have online courses, and there will be more of that developing in the future too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next year. It's going to be,
I am too.
it's going to be good.
With trepidation, maybe. Because you never know what else can happen. We've had pretty much everything this year. We've had killer bees. We've had meteors hitting. We had one hitting Sweden the other week.
Oh yeah.
We had another one over the US just a few days ago.
Yeah.
You know, what else is there? Like, does Godzilla live? You know, it's you can never be sure about anything these days.
No.
Like, the worst thing imaginable isn't bad enough. So that's why it's good to have these points of light in your life that you can kind of go back to and build up some sort of routine. And learning a language, whichever language it might be, is a good way of establishing routines. You need a plan.
Yes. Something to follow, something stable, something that you can control.
Yeah.
And also, I'd also like to mention that, I mean, our Facebook study group has grown massively this year too.
That's right.
I actually don't have the figures to hand now, but it's grown massively, and we've had so many people coming in who are studying Swedish at various levels, and you know, it's just so great to have that space where we can share things, we can help people, we can guide, we can give advice, and yeah, so that is a really exciting community too.
Speaking of social media, I think 2021 will be the year I join Instagram.
No way. Well, then,
because I need to see what it looks like on our Instagram page. Everyone talks about it now. My students all talk about it, and I have no clue what they talk about. So I'm kind of out of the loop.
Out of the loop, yeah. You need to get into the loop.
Yeah.
But yeah, that has grown a lot too, and I've just been having wonderful interactions with people on Instagram too. So yeah.
Which reminds me, we still have the calendar going on, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, it's our Christmas advents julkalender. Yeah. So every day we've recorded little Christmas rhymes which is a tradition in Sweden where you put a little rhyme on a little card for your Christmas gift to someone that should include a little clue about what the present is. So we have taken some rhymes, recorded them, and yeah, we're inviting people to guess what the present is. So it's a new one every day, and it will go on until the 24th. Because remember, in Sweden, Christmas is on 24th, not 25th.
That's right.
Julafton.
That's very important to remember.
Oh, I've got something to tell you. Do you know what I'm going to do in about 3 hours from now?
What you're going to do?
About 3:15.
Play a online concert.
Nope, I'm not. I'm going to go to Lucia in Brighton. Svenska kyrkan.
Well, that's kind of like a concert.
Yeah, it is a concert.
That does sound very exciting.
I'm hoping to put a little live stream on for Facebook.
That'd be fantastic.
I'm going to try and do that. I might do a little live stream on Facebook, the intro, and maybe a little live stream on Instagram towards the end if I can. Which reminds me, I have to go and put some charge into my power bank.
Okay, I'm gonna have my food now because I didn't have brunch.
Okay, you didn't have brunch, no. Okay, yeah.
But you can cut this piece out because people don't need to know when I have my brunch.
People don't need to know that. No, no, I'm definitely going to leave it in. So, from all of us to all of you.
En riktigt god jul.
En riktigt god jul. And we look forward to see you guys and interact with you in whatever media channel you choose. And
next
look
year.
Forward to a wonderful 2021. Hej då!
Hej då!